So for those of you who haven't been aware, there's been this hysterical meltdown of the YouTube social justice warrior atheists. And whilst I've got almost no idea about who's eating who, it's just hilarious to watch.
So even though you know fuck all about the situation, you're still going to make a video gloating about it, aren't you? Yes, how very scientific, Thunderfoot.
Now, Kevin, Thunderfoot said who, he didn't say what. Do you know what? Do you know what these words mean? I mean, of course he knows what's going on. He has clips in a 17-minute video from all these social justice warriors arguing with each other. I think he will have a pretty good idea what's going on because, you know, there's no point not watching his videos and putting in random clips without context. How very scientific of you, Logan.
And I fucking love her. I do love her on some level.
I still love you.
See, that was Phil making fun of someone who felt awful because of the person they loved. See, now that's worth bearing in mind for later.
Yeah, a person who wrongly accused them of sexual harassment or something. I mean, you do realise that nobody should really be airing this kind of stuff on YouTube. I mean, you don't see me complaining about who I fancy and who I love. Besides, when were you the moral arbiter of what is and what isn't funny? And you keenly ignore the next clip in which the lad talks about how the girl told him that she loved him. On the internet, bear in mind, this is a girl on the internet. They do not live with each other. I don't know how far apart they live, but that's neither here nor there. She has bipolar, apparently, self-diagnosed. Make of that what you will. I'm not really judging whether or not she is or isn't. But he talks about all this, and she's obviously something's gone on between them two. They've never met, or maybe they have met, and then shit's gone down. And she spread to other people, such as yourself, that he sexually abused, not sexually abused, I mean, that he sexually harassed her, and he's denying it, and you're all fighting over a bunch of e-drama between two people. You're picking sides like little kids. That's what Thunderfoot is taking the mickey out of. It's not the fact that this guy is making, who loves this girl, JJ Talks, is funny. It's what's gone on around the two of them. Which is funny because you say that he loves this girl, but then you talk about the sexual harassment that she faced. She's the one who accused him of it. Or rather, one of her mates accused him, but obviously she must have told this other person. Drama. It's horrible, isn't it?
Bigoted political views and bigoted slurs. Bigots or tolerance of bigots.
Apparently he can't handle being caught up on and basically being exposed for the moron that he is, even though everybody's already done that.
Wait a minute. Thunderfoot, do you think War Corps 666 is an SJW? Really? Roll the fucking clips.
You know what? I actually agree with you, Kevin. Yeah, since when was he an SJW? Unless... actually, to be fair, Thunderfoot made another mistake. Another person he thought was an SJW, but wasn't. I think these were people who were also commenting on the drama in a similar way that Thunderfoot was, taking the piss. Again, you know, everyone makes mistakes, we're only human. I think you can kind of let that slide a little bit. I did.
So some dumb bitch who I can only ascribe as a feminist, because you have to be a feminist to be this fucking stupid.
They don't want a guy that cries at the end of Titanic. They don't want a guy that sits there and spends just as much time in the fucking bathroom as they do. They don't want a guy that fucking sits there and wants to talk about his fucking feelings. They don't want a guy that spends more time in a goddamn therapy office than they do. No, they want a guy. You know, guy who's not afraid to get dirty. Guy's not afraid to fucking, you know, fix the car. Guy's not afraid, you know, to mow the lawn, drink the beer, and fucking barbecue. Feminist frequency, Anita Sarkeesian. The old war corpse is sorry. Sorry about the fact that you're so full of shit. That you live in Santa Monica, California. I live here in Minnesota. And goddamn it, woman, you reek all the way here.
So now, apparently, the feminists have infiltrated Comic-Con. Of course, I knew they would. And of course, they can't just have a good time and have some laughs. Oh no. Feminist and sense of humor are two things that don't fucking go together. They're now sitting there whining, bitching, crying, and moaning about, all these fucking men just look at us. They just look at us. And they take pictures of us. Not all lesbians are fat, hairy fucking dykes that no man wants to fuck anyway.
Bravo, Filippo. You've done an absolutely epic job in researching this, haven't you? What a fucking awful scientist you are. Or have you just moved so far to the fucking right that even War Corp 666 is an SJW to you now? You fucking cunt.
Ad hominems don't make a good argument, Kevin Logan. Come on. Okay? Look, he made a mistake. As I said, there's another person that he had grouped in as an SJW who later clarified to Thunderfoot that he wasn't SJW, and in the comments section the two were like, okay, yep, we made a mistake. As far as I'm aware, Thunderfoot has not moved politically at all in, as far as I've been following him on YouTube. I mean, he's been pretty much the same since he started his Why People Laugh at Creationists series. It's just because he's got a different opinion on you and how people should be liberal or progressive doesn't mean that he's right-wing. You see, you have gone so far left-wing that you are now right-wing, to quote Joe Rogan. I think that's a lot of projection on your side. I'm just making an observation.
Hello. I'm guessing you're here because you are on a quest to find the perfect woman to sleep with.
These are the subsection of archetypal hugbox atheists. Now, it turns out, and I'm sure this will stun many of you, that there was this young woman.
Normal people don't sit at home and look at porn on the internet.
But you can see that she obviously wasn't doing fucking porn there, was she, you cunt? So why the fuck have you played that clip after it?
It's a joke clip that is meant to represent what a lot of social justice warriors are like. It's just a joke. Some jokes fall flat for others. Some jokes just make people laugh. It made me laugh, as I got where it was coming from. Besides, he knew that she wasn't doing porn. That wasn't the point. I think in many ways he was also taking a piss out of her very kind of flirty way of presenting this video. But I don't know. That's my interpretation. You have yours. But stop being so angry. Jesus Christ.
Who enjoyed highlighting certain aspects of her own body.
So I suppose maybe she deserved to get sexually harassed. Maybe she even deserves to get raped, Thunderfoot. Oh, sorry, not raped.
Just bad sex.
So, more out of context, ad hominem laced bullshit from you, Logan. Seriously? Stop trying to trick people into thinking that Thunderfoot said one thing when really he said another. You know exactly what he was talking about in that video. But, it's either near or there. He never even mentioned the fact that she deserved to be sexually harassed or not. Because there's a lot of grey lines and weird things going on between her and that guy. Whether it happened or not. He's just making fun of you lot and your reactions. I don't think you really understand. As if cognitively it's flown over your head. That it's not necessarily those two that he's taking the piss out of. It's the reaction. The fact that you are, as he says, eating each other. He's taking the mickey out of your infighting. It's what we've told you guys over and over again over the years. That when you've got no more targets, you pile on each other. That's exactly what's happened, and that's why he's laughing. He's not laughing at alleged sexual harassment and stupid relationship stuff. E-relationship stuff, I might add. He's laughing at you! People like you!
Indeed, for me, it's kind of difficult to listen to people like Steve Shice bang on and on and on about how evil it is for someone to pass a comment about how sexy a woman looks.
He doesn't really go on and on about it. I mean, yeah, he's made a few videos about the subject, but you are hardly in a fucking position to judge, are you? I mean, what, are we on now about video fucking 200 about Anita Sarkeesian and feminism from you? Just so you can please the mob of mental defectives that fucking fund you through Patreon? Yeah? fuck off, you hypocritical sack of shit.
You see, Steve Shives does go on and on and on about that stuff. He has loads of videos on it. A couple of videos. How does that just excuse him? And also, stop exaggerating and stop lacing your fucking lines with hyperbole. You see, I'll get to this in a minute, but this is a 17-minute video, and I don't trust a single bit of the arguments you're trying to make here. All it is just you calling him a cunt. That's all it is. Now, I could easily stoop to your level and ad hominem you, but I will not. I will not. Instead, I will debate what you said. How is Thunderfoot being hypocritical? You do realise that it's okay to debate someone and have loads of videos about them. He's not talking about... Oh my god. You see what I mean? That's exactly what he's taking the piss out of. It's not the fact that he has loads of videos about a person. He talks about her arguments. He doesn't talk about her personally, like you're talking about him. There's a difference between making videos about someone's arguments and about the person. He doesn't know anything about her as a person. He just he just debates her arguments. And he's not the only one. Jordan Owen's done it a lot. Who else has done it? I've done it. Loads of people have done it. You know? Doesn't make him a hypocrite. It's not about the fact that someone's made videos on and on and on. It's about what they say in those videos, Logan. It's not hard to work out. And you see, you made a 5-minute video, and we'll get to this. And now we're getting to this. And it's about with a 17-minute video. And in fact, all the clips that you cherry picked out of it are either out of context or have bits missing that actually explain his point. But this is all you're interested in. You're not interested in what he's saying. You're just trying to make him come across as you said, a cunt. This is all you're interested in. This is just a typical Jenny McDermott type hit piece.
Turns out she wanted this safe space where people cared about what she felt. Yeah, even back then, it was all about the fifis in this social justice warrior hug box. Because my dad's got cancer, which is what those things are up there. That bright ring thing, that's cancer. Yeah, recently I brought up that my dad was dying of cancer. Obviously a fairly traumatic thing, impacts me greatly. And yes, 100% the social justice warrior community, the people claiming the high moral ground, are the same people who are happy to use my dad dying of cancer as a cheap point scoring exercise. And it's like, for fuck's sake.
Do you need a hug, Thunderfoot? Come here, you poor darling.
All this video has been is textbook projection. That's all it's been. Textbook projection. Every last minute from 0 to 5, it's been nothing but projection, Kevin. You've proven nothing. How can a bunch of out of context clips and strawmans and ad hominems and cherry picking really make Thunderfoot look as bad as he already looks inside your head or inside your group consciousness? It really doesn't, and you've done an awful job about it, mate. Anyway, this has been Charming Man 93. Like and share the video, drop a comment, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you later, and give Thunderfoot all the hugs you can possibly give him.